Hi there guys, this video is a little bit different to what I usually do. I've recorded the actual video itself a couple of days ago and I didn't record any audio, so I'm now recording the audio on Tuesday. I did this on Friday, but it's an idea that came from Teddy Fleming. I will leave a link to his channel in the more information section. He'd made a video on this, but there was a couple of problems with it. He uploaded it to his channel. It got a couple of negative comments, to be honest, but what he's telling you to do absolutely works. Now, the reason he got negative comments is because this involves doing a long race. You're going to be wanting doing 50 laps to do this to get the greatest benefit from it. That takes about an hour, but he didn't have an hour of recording time available the way he was recording. So he just did a 3-lap race just to show you the kind of gist of what was going on. And then a load of people was like, hey, he said 50 laps and he's only done 3 laps. This guy's a cheater and all this kind of stuff. But they just didn't pay attention to the video. Now, what Teddy has discovered is that this track, it's the Aerodrome track on the Cross Country series, the Drivatars cannot drive this track. They just get stuck all the time. It's like a figure of 8. They crash into each other. There's a bit where you can jump over some shipping containers and they try and do that, but they're not going fast enough, and then they get stuck inside the containers. All sorts of crazy stuff happens. There's loads of things that just glitch out on this. Now, you can get stuck as well, but you're a real person, so you can get unstuck. You can rewind if you have to, and all of that kind of stuff. Now, you can see I've sped up this video. I'm going to do 50 laps, but it's at high speed. You just saw then I crashed terribly into the barrier. I never rewind unless it's an emergency. So, if I crash, I'm just going to correct myself. But as you see me progress through this race, you'll see that I get higher and higher in the position until I'm first place. Then I'm going to win. Now, these Drivatars are set to unbeatable. There's no way I could beat an unbeatable Drivatar on a normal race. But they just keep getting stuck. So as you're driving round, you end up lapping them over and over again. And most of them won't even finish the race. So, while this is happening, I'll just tell you very quickly about the setup. What Teddy did, first of all, is he suggested that we use this car. So it's some Mercedes. He calls it the G-Wagon. I don't know its proper name, the G something. The reason he chose this car is because it's very, very easy to drive in snowy conditions. Now, you want to do this on winter. Set it to 50 laps because then you get the most benefit from it. Set it to Mercedes, put it on open class. So that's what he told me to do to begin with, which is what's going on right now. That's what you're watching. Everybody else, if it's open class, half of the people are going to choose cars that couldn't even compete with you on a normal drag strip. The rest of the people are going to choose cars. Look at that giant lorry thing. That's just ridiculous. Other people are going to choose ridiculously fast cars that are very hard to control in a snowy environment. So they're picking very bad choice vehicles. But you've got the most suitable for Mercedes for this situation. So that gives you a little bit of an advantage. But really, the main advantage is you're a real person. And if your vehicle gets stuck somewhere, you can just correct it and rewind. Look, I'm in second, I'm in first. Right, it went third, second, first, really quickly there. I'm fighting with second place now. So this guy and third. So first and second are driving correctly. Everybody else has got trapped somewhere and we're only 13 laps in. So normally around this area. So all of those drivers have got trapped. We're going to be lapping them over and over again. And all I'm waiting for is for first and second place to get trapped as well. And then I take the lead. Now you can see the lead keeps changing hands at this point. So this isn't down to them getting trapped. This is down to me driving better or worse than them, depending on what part of the track we're at. But they will get trapped. And as soon as they do, I'll be miles ahead of them. So you see there, I got trapped. I got stuck. I hit the shipping container and now I've dropped down into 4th place. So we've obviously got 3 cars that are still driving normally. But as the laps progress, you'll see that I achieve 1st place and then I keep it incredibly easily, even though we're on Unbeatable. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on here. But once Teddy and I both done this and we both got 1st place, I said, can't we use a Forza Edition car? So I tried out the Forza Edition cash bonus. And he tried out the Forza Edition influence bonus. I can't remember what cars they are, but they were both Alfa Romeos. So we did a similar setup, 50 laps, unbeatable, open class, but Alphas. And we both did the same thing. and it was a nightmare. I couldn't drive the car in these conditions. I was just all over the place, and it wasn't enjoyable to do. So I went away and I tuned the Alfa Forza Edition that gives you the credit boost. I swapped out the engine so I was all-wheel drive, and I also put snow tyres on the car, and just changed everything to make it better handling. I didn't really care about the speed. Speed isn't an issue on this particular race. I just made it as good handling as I could for these conditions. Once I'd made those changes, it was as easy as this Mercedes. Very, very simple to do, and you can get first place really quickly. Now, if you watch my other videos, if you're subscribed to my channel, I have mentioned a couple of times about the Bernese Alps track on Forza Motorsport 6 and 7, I think 5 as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on 5. On that track, the Drivatars slow down way too much for 3 of the corners. I mean, you can actually take those corners at full speed, but the Drivatars slow down for them, even on Unbeatable. So one of the ways I make money off from Forza Motorsport is, I mean, I've done this. I discovered it on Forza Motorsport 5. As soon as I got 6, I immediately unlocked the car that I use for this. I use the Indy car to do it because it's just ridiculously easy to drive that car on that track. So I've got the Indy car, so has everybody else. I've set the Drivatar to Unbeatable, and then I just do a 50-lap race, exactly what we're doing right here. And I mean, the cars don't get stuck like in this situation, but on that particular track, on the Bernese Alps on Forza Motorsport, they just keep slowing down. Way more than you need to. So every time they do that, every lap they do it, I gain on them a little bit more. Now on the normal driving, they're gaining on me because they're unbeatable Drivatars. They're better than I am. But my gain is greater than their gain. So every lap I do, I'm a little bit further ahead. Now by the time we've got to the end of 50 laps, I'm usually lapping the person that comes in second place. They're normally a full lap behind me. Now that's my driving, and you've seen my driving, it's not good. Set to the top level of Drivatar. Now I think on Forza Motorsport it would be quite easy for them to patch that. It's just the Drivatars are slowing down where they don't need to. But on this, on Forza Horizon 4, on this particular track, I mean, the way to fix this is to make the Drivatars better. Obviously, that's not easy for Turn 10 Studios to do. Just to say, hey, people are taking advantage of this particular track. Let's make the Drivatars better so that people can't make money in the game easily. You know, making the Drivatars better is part of their goal anyway. They want the Drivatars to be good. So if this does get patched by them increasing the skills of the Drivatars, I'm all up for that. That'd be awesome. Who doesn't want better Drivatars? We all do. But as you can see, at the moment, I mean, 37 laps in, a 50-lap race, I'm in first place. So I did this on Friday morning. It's now Tuesday. I've had a very busy weekend. So I'm only editing the video today. But on Friday morning, I got up, I did this race that you're watching right now, and then I immediately did the one I've mentioned with the Credit Boost Alpha. So it was like 100 laps. First thing in the morning, I'm sat, you know, very, very close to my television, and my eyes were, I just kept having to look away and blink. So on the next race, the one that's got the Alpha, I made so many mistakes simply because, you know, when your vision kind of goes a little bit and almost you're kind of looking at it like zoned out, like you're in some kind of trance. And for me, it tends to go two-dimensional, and I find it quite difficult to see what's going on. That happens if I'm looking at the TV for too long. So yeah, I got that. It was a bit of annoying, but I still got first place. Like, stupidly easy. Check that out. So they get stuck in that section, and I just smashed my way through there. But what I sometimes do, if they get really, really stuck and it's all congested, I'll hit that rewind button, rewind back a little while, and then I'll just go over the top instead. So you have a couple of options. You can go over the top, or you can go through the shipping containers. Sometimes I go over the top. It's not that good going over the top. Sometimes when you jump, your car suddenly stops on the spot when it lands. I don't really see why. But quite often the Drivatars try to go over the top, and then it messes them up, and they get stuck in this little section in the middle there. I mean, you can see them. As I drive through that bit, you can see the car that's stuck on the right. But yeah, that happens really quickly. And there we have, again, several cars just stuck. And then on the section where the start of the race is, Some of the cars teleport to the beginning and they keep just doing a little tiny bit of the race and then teleporting back to the start line and just doing that over and over. This is seriously fucked up. It's like this track needs attention. The Drivatars cannot handle it. But that's good, because that means that you can drive around this. So I'm going over the top now. You can see it slows me down a lot. But yeah, we're now on the last lap coming up. So 49 out of 50, one more lap to go. And look how easy that was. I've been in first place for almost the entire race. Well, a good portion of the race. There's no way I could have done that on a normal track where the Drivatars aren't getting trapped. Now, as I said, I did do it on Motorsport 7. Oh, I'm slowing it down now just for the end. So there we go, first place. Incredibly easy. You can see I'm using my Katumi 74 profile on the Xbox. I don't consider this really cheating at all. You're not going to get banned for this whatsoever. You're just taking advantage of shitty Drivatar artificial intelligence on a course that's a little bit complicated. I love that dance. If you haven't got this one already, it's the Floss. I do love it. It really makes me laugh. So about 250,000 credits. I've got the Forza Edition boost on the credits. Oh, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. This was just using the Mercedes, of course. So a fair bit of influence. From level 9, I'm going to be going up, I think maybe level 12 I end up on with this. So that's up to 10. There we go to number 11 on Cross Country. Do I get one more? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I go from 9 to 12. So I'm jumping up 3 levels just from that one race. And of course you get a super spin. So yeah, when Teddy first told me about this, I hadn't done any of the cross-country races. They really weren't my thing. So I tried to do it. I didn't have this particular race unlocked. So I had to play the actual game for a little while. But you unlock it quite quickly. So that was... It's the Aerodrome Cross Country circuit. In a moment you'll see on the map where that is, if you didn't catch that at the beginning. But that was exactly how Teddy suggested to do it. That's what his tutorial on his channel is saying to people to do. But he only did a 3-lap race just because of his recording times. What we then did is we had a big conversation, as I said, about Forza Edition cars. I then tried to do it in a Forza Edition cash credit bonus car and was all over the place. So that's the location. If you don't have it, that's what you need to be unlocking. But yeah, this car that I'm going to do it in now is an Alfa Romeo. It's the Forza Edition one. So I'm going to set up a new blueprint. I need to delete one. So this time I'm choosing Alphas. I'm allowing it to be any class Alpha. And I'm going to be setting, the only change on here, I'm saying 50 laps. And I'm also saying winter because it makes it more difficult for the Drivatars. Although I don't think that's that important. They do all get stuck whatever season it is. So the only thing that you need to know is, as you can see there, I've put snow tyres on. And as I said, I have changed it to an all-wheel drive. And I've also added a couple of little tweaks, a body kit and what have you, just to give me a little bit better handling. Speed is not an issue. It all comes down to handling on this track. And just before we start the race, the other thing I'm going to do is pop into the difficulty settings and you'll see that it's on Unbeatable. So there we go, Unbeatable. Nothing else matters. But if you want to change these settings to make it more difficult for you, you're going to get more credits. You'll get more XP from doing the race. So, once again, I'm going to be speeding up this race, as you can see. Whizzing through another 50 laps. You don't have to watch the rest of the video, you've got the right idea now. But what we're going to do now is just whiz through very quickly. Another 50 laps, this time in the Alpha, and we'll be getting a credit boost for that. So as I say, this game from Teddy Fleming. There is a link in the more information section to his channel. He did record the video. He didn't have a big external drive with enough memory on it to be able to record 50 laps, so he only did 3. That meant a few people left negative comments, which were unjustified because what he was talking about does work. The Drivatars get stuck. It's incredibly easy to get first place set on Unbeatable. Incredibly easy. This is going a bit too slow. I'm going to try and speed up a tiny bit more. I mean, for you it's going to be fast from the beginning, but let's just see if I can squeeze that a bit more. Okay. So now it's going a little bit faster, but that's it. Basically, that's all that's the video done. you're going to be watching the rest of me doing 50 laps, this time in a credit boost car. I get up to first place really, really, really easily and quickly, and maintain first place until the end. Everyone else gets stuck. It's so simple. So that's it, guys. This one definitely you will not get banned for. It's Turn 10 Studios' fault for not being able to make better drivatars that can make better decisions and get themselves out of bad situations. So if this ever did get patched, the only way they can do that really is to make the artificial intelligence of the drivatar better. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen, is it? Probably wouldn't happen until the next Forza Horizon, and then they'd work on improving their game. But easy way to make money. And as both Teddy and I did, originally we did it in the Mercedes, the G-Wagon. That's a very, very easy car to do this in. But if you're going to be using a Forza Edition car that gives you some kind of boost, either the whatever you need, the influence boost or the credit boost, whatever you want to build up, then I would recommend tweaking the car and putting snow tyres on it, get it all-wheel drive, and just do some tuning. Download a tuning if you want to, or just make up your own. It's very, very easy to do, and make the car easy for driving in the snow, but just don't concern yourself with speed. It doesn't matter. I mean, obviously, if your car is fast, you're going to get through this quicker, but speed isn't an issue. All of the other cars will get stuck, and when they get stuck, you're going to be in first place, and you'll keep first place until the end. Really, really, really easy. So thank you to Teddy Fleming for sharing this. Oh, look at that. So much congestion in there. I've reversed, and I'm going over the top instead. Now, the way I'm recording my audio at the moment, I'm in iMovie, I'm editing the video, I'm watching the edit, and I'm recording my audio through my QuickTime player at the same time. And I'll be putting this audio onto the iMovie, and then I'll be saving it and I'll be uploading it. So a little while ago, I sped up a part of the video. So that means that the audio is now slightly off, but I can't be bothered to start it again. It's going to be close. So look at that. I'm in second place. 8 laps in, I'm in second place. And I mean, I think I stay at second for a while. And then whoever is in first, they get trapped. And then I beat them, and then I'm in first place for the rest of the race. So the drivatars, they do very stupid things, and they get stuck. And then the game kind of messes up, and it's incredibly easy to get to first place because of this. And once you've got there, it's easy to stay there. You're generally going to be lapping all of the other drivers over and over again because they just get stuck in those shipping containers. So that is as much as I need to show you. And with 10 or 50 laps, is it worth me waiting for the end of this? I think we've probably got about 10 minutes to go if I sit through the rest of it. I can't be bothered. This is not fun. I hate all this post-editing stuff. It's like if I'm recording the Xbox and I'm recording my voice at the same time, so I'm talking about what's going on. I love that. I get excited by it, and it's just fun. I enjoy doing that. But this commentating on the video afterwards, that's not my thing. It's really not. So this isn't as much fun for me. I'm sure it's not as much fun for you, but I did want you to see how this works. So I tell you what, I can't be bothered to do any more commentary. So the rest of the video is just going to be silent, just the in-game sound at high speed, but I'll leave it playing so that you can see that we do get to 50 laps. I do finish in first place, and I get a credit bonus, so you can see how much credit bonus I want. I mean, if you want to, you can obviously skip to the end of the video just to see that, but I am now going to stop the audio commentary and just leave this to show you the rest of the race. And that's it. And then I'll save it like that, I'll upload it, and then I'll get back to my normal videos where I actually talk about what I'm doing while I'm doing it, which is much more fun after this. Oh, I've dropped down into third place. So driver number 1, driver number 2, both of those guys obviously have not got stuck yet. So we are doing real driving. Now, obviously, they're not driving very well on this track because these are unbeatable drivatars. I should not be, trading second position with the car that's now currently just in front of me. That shouldn't happen. I shouldn't be able to catch them. I mean, they should be lapping me. But obviously they can't drive this track very well, which is also what happens on Forza Motorsport in the Bernese Alps. They can't drive it very well. So even without them getting trapped, you're going to win. I might make a video about that, actually. In fact, the last time I went on Forza Motorsport 7, I went in to do that, and I realised that it's no longer 50 laps. I mean, you can have, I think it was like a stupid amount, like 1,000 or something crazy. I mean, that would be epic. Oh, we finished. Oh, that was strange. There might have been some lag in that video. So there we go, first place. I do hang around here to try and see when people finish, just like I did last time, but they don't finish. So I left it for a bit, and then I thought, I'm not waiting for this. It takes too long. So yeah, they just don't. I wait for ages, and nobody finishes. That's how far behind they were. But I do think I'd sped up that video perhaps a tiny bit too much. So it wasn't showing you the video accurately, I'm not sure. It seemed to jump around a little bit. So maybe that's just iMovie not being able to cope with me speeding up the video as much as that. So yeah, in just a moment I will progress this and you'll see how many credits I got for doing that. But yeah, that was Teddy Fleming's idea. I am now subscribed to his channel. Please do check him out and subscribe. He comes up with some awesome ideas and he wants to share them to help people to progress through Forza more easily and more quickly. So awesome. Very, very easy way of getting extra credits without having to worry at all about being banned or any of that stuff. So if you've been worried about being banned and you haven't been able to take advantage of some of the other things that we've discovered for you, like the wheel spin hack or the Goliath glitch or any of that stuff that's going around in the Forza community, then you can do this. And it levels you up, levels up your cross country, and it also gives you money and influence and all that stuff. Very, very simple to do. So guys, that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up if you liked it. Check out the more information section. Go over to Teddy Fleming's channel. Check him out. Watch his videos. Subscribe. Give him a thumbs up. You take care. Have an awesome day. I'll see you all soon. Bye.